Hello and welcome to part 2 of the silver level on primary school computing. On this level we're going to be including another sprite and we're going to have both of our sprites talking. So this is when we're adding to our little story. So you'll have your original scripture, which is to do with sprite 1. So this is what you'll have, this top bit here, and this is what we're going to be adding on. So I'm just going to get rid of that for the moment because that's what I've already done, and I'm going to delete the sprite I've already got. So this is what you should already have. If you haven't already got this, feel free to just pause the video and copy this in, just so you know where we're at. If you've got your own little version going, just open that up and just add in what we're doing, just do your own little thing. And this is what we've got for our stage as well. So we're going to be adding in another sprite. This is when you can create your own little sprite if you'd like. I'm just going to be using one from the file though. So originally you'll get this up. I'm going to go into animals because I quite like the anthropomorphic characters and it's quite relatable for children. And I've decided to use this dog here, mainly because it's got a walking stance as well, and it means I don't have to create my own. Not a lot of the animals that are already here do. The octopus does. It's got two costumes. You could use that if you're doing an underwater version of this one. If not, then just stick with the one I'm doing, and then it just makes it a little bit easier for you. We just want to add in our second costume, so as you saw me do there, just go into import and this will come up again. Just add in C. As you can see, he's quite big, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to shrink him down a bit so he's a little bit smaller. There we go, that'll do. As you can see, this is how he walks. So our sprite at the moment, this is what will happen if you go into your scripts. As you can see, our dog is just out in the open. We don't want him there to begin with, for obvious reasons. So, this is what we have at the moment. As you can see up here, we've got the can rotate on. What I would like you to do is just make sure that we're on only face left and right. This should be the same for your sprite number 1 as well. And what we need him to do is we need him to be right at the edge. So if we have him here, what we need to do is when the green flag is clicked, we need him to be hidden, because we don't really want his bum sticking out. So we go to hide, and if you can possibly guess, we need him to stay there every time. So we need him there. Right, what we need him to do is we need him to wait before he starts doing anything. So, our background changes at 14.2 seconds. So if we change this to just a little bit after, just so it's not immediate. So 14.5 seconds should be enough. And then what we need him to do is we need him to be if on edge bounce. Now, if I add in some walking, we know how to do the walking. We want repeat, and we want next costume, and we want motion move 10 steps. I'm going to have him walking, so we need wait in there. We already know how to do that, but if we just do this, well, first he's not going to be shown, is he? So we need show, just so I can show you how this works. So we've already got a basic idea of what our scripture already is and how this all works. We've done hide and show before, we did that in the previous video, and we've already done the walking. As you can see, he's now walking and he just keeps going into the wall. He doesn't do anything else. So we need to add in if on edge bounce. So if we just move the repeat down, and we just add in if on edge bounce, if we play that again, we can see he'll turn around and come back. There we go. So he's turned around and he's come back. So he's here. Now what we want him to do is we want him to talk. So you can say hello. Say what his name is. We're just going to call these animals by the sound that they make. Just it makes it a little bit easier. Have you seen my friend? So in this story, it's like they're talking to you. Just I find it makes it a little bit more personal. Have you seen my friend? Meow. We then want to say, he is late for the big dance-off. This is when we're going to be adding in the next video. This is when we're going to be continuing on, and I'll show some things that they'll do in the dance-off. Now what we're going to include in this little bit is we're going to be thinking something. So, thinking, where could he be? And we'll think that for 3 seconds. I think what might make this more effective is if we have a wait in there. We're just going to wait a second, think, and we'll wait another second. And say, oh, here he comes now. So we've got that. So what we need to do now is we need our other sprite to come into the picture again. So I'm just going to separate this apart because I want this again. Well, actually, duplicate that. Oh, didn't want that bit duplicated. No, this bit. Make sure you click on repeat, the repeat bit when you duplicate. Just put that back together. So we need our sprite to wait, this first sprite to wait a little bit because we've got all of this happening as well. So if we say we wait 15 seconds, might be a little bit too long, but we'll just work it out as we go. Let's have a look. So wait 15 seconds, we want him to run in, so don't have the wait in there. We want him to run in 10 steps, and then we want him to say something. So we'll just make sure this works first, make sure all the timing is right. We could end up changing this 15 seconds. It's always best to check it before you do a little bit too much. We need to check to make sure this is going as well at the right speed. Now, we've done something wrong here. Can anybody guess what it is? We've hidden him and we need to show him again. So, if we wait 15 seconds and then show him, try that again. Obviously, when you're doing this yourself, you may realise that you've done mistakes, and it's quite easy to find out where they are because you think, oh well, I can't see him, and then you'll realise that you haven't put a show in. Or if you've done it too long, you'll realise that when you watch it through. Obviously, when you're teaching this to the kids, just make sure that you let them know that that can happen, because one of the things that you need to do is make sure that they understand that they can make mistakes, because what they will be doing with the new curriculum is they will be you'll ask them to find out the mistakes, or if they take elements out, how that changes how the scripture works and how it looks on the stage. As you can see, our other sprite just ran straight across the screen. Now there's a reason that they did that, because it was already here. So what we need is we need to copy and duplicate this one, and we need to put it Now this should work a little bit better. Again, just doing that, you can see what mistake I made, and you can do it yourself. Just realise the mistakes you make and put them right. There he is. So that is a little bit too quick. So what we need to do is wait about, I would say about 19 seconds, and that should be right. So what we need to do then is we need our first sprite to say something. Say, phew, made it. Then we want our other one to say something. But again, we've got to let him wait. So wait 4 seconds. Say, quickly. Let's go. Let's have a look, see how that works. Obviously, if you'd like, you could make this script a lot more elaborate, have a lot more speech in, there'll be more talking, maybe another character could come in as well. These are all things that you could be challenged with, so keep an eye on the challenge. So that's probably a little bit too quick and coming in. So we'll just change that to 20. And that's about right. So if you'd like to tune in for the next video, where we're going to be doing something a little bit more elaborate, adding on to what we've already done here, so feel free to save it. It's mine saved. And tune in for the next one. Thank you. Bye.